All right, welcome everybody to the Down and Dirty at 1:30 Central Time. This is Vishan Borich, and I'm glad you're here. And today, if you're watching this live, it is Martin Luther King Day here in the States, and so a lot of people have the day off, or their children don't have school, such as mine. Mine are upstairs playing and just having a good time. So if you hear any noises, it's because my kids normally are at school on Mondays, and today they're not. So welcome again. Today I'm going to be teaching you something that has really helped to drive more traffic to my business, and that is keyword research. The specific title of my show today is The Key to Being Found Online, Keyword Research. And that's exactly what it is. What if you could, this is a question for you. What if you knew exactly what people are searching for online? Wouldn't it be great if you knew that and you could write a blog or post a video or host some kind of a hangout or write a report or post a website related to whatever it is that they have been searching for? Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, the truth is you can already do that, but so many people don't do it. And I don't know why, because it's a great way to drive more traffic to your business. And if you're selling a product or a service, you can drive traffic to that as well and potentially sell more products and services. So without further ado, I'm going to flip my screen around and I'm going to teach you today how to do that if you don't know how. And you're basically going to be looking over my shoulder. We're going to show you exactly what to do. So let me flip my screen around as always. All right. Hopefully all of you can see my screen. All right. And I wanted to shout out to some folks. I saw Ralph out there. I saw Rich. So shout out to you. I could check really quick to see who else is out there. Let me see who we've got before we get going here. If I can type it in. Oh, wrong one. Coaching. You guys want some coaching? All right, let's see who else there. All right, we got Charlene's out there, Ralph and Rich and everybody else. Exciting. So welcome. I'm glad you're here for the live version of today's Hangout. All right, so what I said earlier, we're going to teach you about keyword research. So here's an overview of what you're going to learn today. So I hope you've got pen and paper handy and you're all ready to take some good notes, because that's the way you retain information the best. So number one, I'm going to show you the best free tool to start your research today. Okay. I'm also going to give you a bonus free tool that you can use to find additional keywords when you get stuck. And then I'm going to show you how you can boost your content with 2 major search engines. Okay. And then finally, I'm going to show you some extra training on where you can get some extra training on how you can become what I call a keyword ninja. I really should probably say keyword samurai. As some of you know, I'm a martial artist, and the ninjas were the assassins. They were kind of the bad guys. The samurai were the good and noble and honorable ones. So perhaps it should be the key. I want to teach you how to become a keyword samurai more than a ninja. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So let me show you in Google. So the very first tool that I'm going to show you today is a free tool, and this one is called the Google Keyword Planner. The easiest way to get to that is to actually type in the word keyword planner. And when you type that in, like I just did, you'll see that the very first link that comes up should be Google AdWords Keyword Planner. All right. So you click on that. It may just take a little second here for it to load. So while it's loading, the very first thing that you're going to see if you've never used this free tool is you're going to have to create an account. Now, creating an account is as simple as using a Gmail account, so a Google email account, in order to log in. When you first log in and create your account, it is going to ask you for a credit card and some information like that. Because really the whole purpose of this Google Keyword Planner is so you can run ads on Google AdWords. However, you can use this tool without ever running an ad or ever charging anything on your credit card. All right. The way that you do that is once you get an account, you have an account forever. All you got to do is go in and you can delete your credit card information and then just use the tool by itself in order to do your keyword research. So pretty cool. Of course, Google AdWords is another great strategy for driving traffic to your business. And once you get really good at keyword research, you could, in fact, run an ad that would run within Google to drive more traffic to your business. Okay, so when you get into this Google AdWords section, Google Keyword Planner, this is what you're going to see. And this is under Tools. And you'll see under Tools, it has the Keyword Planner. By default, mine automatically goes here. I don't remember if I actually set that up in the settings to go right to the Keyword Planner. It's possible, but if for whatever reason, when you set up your account, if it doesn't go right to the Keyword Planner, just go to Tools and then Keyword Planner, and that'll take you to the screen that I'm on. Okay? All right, so here's where it gets fun. Right here where it says search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. So here's where you're going to do your search. Just expand that window, and this is where you do your search for keywords. Now, before we get going, what exactly is a keyword? A keyword is actually more than one word, but it's a series of words, keywords, that somebody has typed into Google in order to do a search. So what's beautiful about Google is that they track every single keyword that's ever typed into their search engine. And this is one of the ways that they ensure that the right content gets to people that are searching for it. So they track that, and they share what they find within the Keyword Planner. So you literally can track how many average searches are done on a keyword. So a few things that I want to recommend to you is that you always select keywords that are more than 2 words, okay? Ideally, you want 3 or more. The longer, the better, actually, because that means that you're getting really specific. You know, what happens is when somebody does a search online, and you think about your own search habits, when you do a search in Google, initially you might type in 1 or 2 words. And that's going to produce a lot of results, right? It's not going to target exactly what you're looking for. And there's going to be a lot of competition too if you only type in 1 or 2 words. So then as you go deeper into searching for what it is that you specifically are looking for, you tend to type in a lot more words in order to narrow it down, right? And so that's exactly what you should be thinking about when you start searching for your own keywords. So I'm going to put in a keyword here that I actually have experience with recently, and that is, it's kind of random, but I thought it would be a good one because that way it doesn't step on anybody's toes who are, are in the same business as me. But we have woodpeckers, and in fact, there's like woodpeckers on the edge of my house right now. It's that time of year here in Missouri, and it's been an unseasonably warm winter. And so woodpeckers tend to like to peck at the house. And I don't want them pecking on the house. They can peck wherever they want, just not on the house. So I'm looking for a humane way to get rid of woodpeckers, and allow them to peck someplace else, right? So let's do a keyword search for how to humanely remove woodpeckers. And here's the cool thing is you can type in one and then you can type in another one here. How to stop woodpeckers from pecking the house. Okay, so I know those are really long. I'm just going to use those 2, but you could literally type as many as you want. Just go line by line by line. And then when you feel satisfied that you've typed in a few different keyword ideas, and it could be really simple. I could just type in repel woodpeckers. And now I hit enter. Gotta go down here and get ideas. And now it's going to be searching for all these different keywords. So you can see here, the very first thing that comes up is an average search by month. So you can see it looks like the highest month for woodpecker repelling is the month of May. And it kind of goes down from there. So let's see what we've got down here. All right, so right now I've got the ad group ideas selected. So the first one that comes up is rid of woodpeckers. This is going to give you a whole group of different keywords based on the topic of ridding woodpeckers. And so you'll see there's other ones that are here. The one I actually prefer to use, although this is a good way to do it, if you use this one, you've got to click into it in order to get keywords. Let me do that first, and then I'll show you the one I prefer, because you can do it both ways. So you see here, it's giving me now, after I clicked on it, several different keyword threads. Okay, so like getting rid of woodpeckers. How do you get rid of woodpeckers? How do you get rid of a woodpecker? And so it just goes on and on and on and on, and you can see. So the thing that I like to do is go back. Let me go back one. I like to use the keyword ideas tab, because it tends to give me a lot more options. So it'll show me the keywords that I typed in. Okay. And then if I scroll down, it's going to start showing me a bunch of other keyword ideas. Okay. So let me explain how you decide if a keyword is a good one or not. So here's my general rule of thumb. Okay. If you're searching in Google AdWords and you actually want to be found, you don't want to pick a keyword that has thousands and thousands and thousands of monthly searches, because you're usually going to have too much competition and you're not going to be found. So I know it seems counterintuitive. You think, well, I want, thousands of people to find my content, but usually the more people that search for it, the more people are out there that have answers for that, and therefore they're just not going to find you. It's harder to rank higher within Google or YouTube or with your own blog by choosing that. So here's the sweet spot. Here's what I have found to be the sweet spot is 100 average monthly searches to 500. That's been the sweetest spot for me. So I try to find search terms that are 3 or more words that have an average monthly search of 100 to 500 searches per month. And I've found that I get a lot of traffic, and I'm usually able to rank fairly high in search, sometimes even #1 for months on end, by choosing that sweet spot. Okay. Do not worry about the competition field. You see how this one says high and this one says low? Well, that's only if you're running an AdWord, so an actual Google ad. We are not going to be running an ad today. I'm just going to show you how to use these keywords for your blog and also for like video and other content. So just disregard that. The only thing you need to worry about is the average monthly searches. And the other thing I would recommend you take a look at is this little graph. I don't know if you can see, there's this little icon. When I hover over it, it's going to show me if my searches are going up or if they're going down. Now, obviously, the topic that I chose with woodpeckers is probably a seasonal topic, because woodpeckers obviously do different, they travel around and they do different things during the year, so they probably aren't going to be pecking on my house all year long. So hopefully. And so this gives you an idea how popular that search is. Like it says, the highest, at least here for this repel woodpeckers, is 170 searches. And that's in October. Most of the time it looks like it's around 50 searches per month. So this one's only 2 words anyway, so it's not a good fit for my sweet spot. So let's kind of go down here and look at some of the others. And you can sort by any of these columns. If I wanted to, I could click average monthly searches and sort by those. So let's go down here. Well, here's a good one. How do you get rid of woodpeckers? And look at this. It has 320 average monthly searches, which is right within my sweet spot. Let's look at their graph. So they do have some low months, but look at this. They have 480 searches in April, 720 searches in October. But yeah, I would say, this is the average is 320. This is perfect. So this would be a keyword that I would copy. And then what I like to do is either create a spreadsheet or just open up a little notepad and paste that in there. And that way I have kind of a running list of good keywords that I can either create a video for or I can create a blog post that has to deal with, you know, how do you get rid of woodpeckers. I like to put in parentheses the average number of searches. You probably can't see that, but I like to put the average number of searches. That way I kind of get a good idea as to, you know, what I can expect from this keyword. Okay, so let's go down and let's look for a few more. This one is, how do you get rid of woodpeckers? Okay, let's see what we got. I'm just flipping through here. I'm going to go ahead and sort this, see if we can sort it a little differently. Now I've got it sorted really high, but we're going to keep going. So you have to think about, you know, when somebody's searching for this, you know, you want to catch them at the end of their search when they're, you know, exhausted with trying to find a good solution. So you have to think, is this keyword something that someone would have typed in at the end of their search? Well, we're getting there. I mean, this one's getting rid of woodpeckers. Let me go to the next one. Well, here's one. I don't want to kill the woodpeckers. I still love them, but I don't want them pecking on my house. How to attract woodpeckers. I don't want to do that. So, you know, you get an idea. You can start to find some that are good. Well, here's another. How to keep birds away from your home, I bet is what it says. How to keep birds away from house. So that one might be a good one. This one has 210. Let's check the chart. It's not very consistent throughout the year, though. So that's probably not as good. Yeah, it looks like this one's probably the best. How do you get rid of woodpeckers? Okay. All right. So we've got at least one for that one. So this gives you an idea as to how you would search. Now, you can always come back here and you can change any of these search terms in order to get, you know, to see if you get different results below. Okay. So I'm going to show you another tool that I use. So we know right now, based on what we just did, how do you get rid of woodpeckers is a good keyword that I could write a blog post about or do a video. Here's another tool. It has kind of a bad name, but it's a really good tool. The name of the tool is the keywordshitter.com. So it's just www.keywordshitter.com. And this gives you additional keywords. So if I come in here and you want to use the big box, and I actually paste in, how do you get rid of woodpeckers? And then I come down here and hit the word shit keywords. It kind of cracks me up. It's going to start going through and giving me additional keywords that I could potentially use. Now I could just let this run and run and run and get a whole bunch of them and then copy that. Here, I'm just going to stop it now. It's like at about 50. Okay, so let me show you what I do. So you take all of these, I copy them, okay? So now I go back to my keyword planner. I go up here. I know that's a lot, but I just copied all of those in there, and I'm going to click Get Ideas. And it's going to go nuts now because it's going to go through all of those, and it's going to give me some ideas. So if I click on Keyword Ideas, now we're getting all kinds of really good ones. How do you get rid of woodpeckers? How do you get rid of pesky woodpeckers? This one's a little low in the search, but you definitely want to double check any of them that you type in to make sure that they have enough average monthly searches for it to be worth your while. We're back to how to kill a woodpecker. We don't want to kill little guys. How to get rid of pigeons, which might be helpful for some people. Anyhow, you may come across other ideas, and of course you can always go back to ad group ideas as well and see what you can find, like woodpecker deterrence. Let's click on that. And I will tell you, searching for keywords, it can be very time consuming. So what my best practice is that I try to, on one day a week, usually it's on a Sunday afternoon, I do a search for at least 10 different keyword threads, okay? And I try to get some good ones that I can produce a video about, as well as do a blog post. And when I do that, then I've got all my keywords done for the week, and then I can just focus on writing or shooting blog posts, okay? So hopefully this has given you some really good ideas on how you can get good keywords. So let me show you another little tip that I learned. So if you take, let me go back to my notepad here. So if I take this keyword that we originally found, how do you get rid of woodpeckers? And literally your keywords can be anything, okay? But if I take this and then I actually go to Google, oops, I typed something else in. Sorry about that. If I go to Google and then I type in or paste in that thread, check this out. Just by pasting it in, have you ever noticed when you go to Google, it automatically gives you additional options? Okay, these are keywords that a lot of people have searched for. So this may be my main keyword thread, but here's another tip. If I scroll down to the bottom of the first page, check this out. All of these down here are additional keywords that people have searched for. Now you can always go into your keyword planner and see how many per month each of these get, but a little tip that I've learned to do is that I'll take my main keyword, which was how do you get rid of woodpeckers, and I'll use that as like my blog post title. And then I also use that for the video that I produce. I'll use that as the title. And then in the description for my YouTube video, I will include the title, and then I will make sentences with all of this. So I basically copy all of these. I don't need the top one there. I just need the bottoms. So I would copy all of those, and then what I like to do is I bring it over here to my little notepad, and I drop all those in there. Okay, so these are additional keywords, and you can also use them as tags within your blog post and also within your YouTube video, and that's going to help drive even more traffic to whatever it is that you're posting. Pretty cool trick, right? So let me show you another thing that you can do. So that's another free tool. The other one that I like to do is in YouTube itself. So if I take that first keyword that I found, copy that again, and I paste it right here in the search bar for YouTube. Okay, so it's going to pull up, videos related to how do you get rid of woodpeckers. And then what I do is I come over here to filters in YouTube, and then I want to sort by the view count. So I want to see who has the most views for how to get rid of woodpeckers. So it looks like the most is woodpecker pecking hole on house is stopped with giant spider. Okay, so this one gives you an idea, but look how many views. And this was produced 5 years ago. It had over 96,000 views to date, and it was produced 5 years ago. And here's the next one. The next one after that only has 16,000 views, and that was produced 7 years ago. So the reason I'm bringing this up in YouTube, let's say that I want to do a video about, how do you get rid of woodpeckers? So I want to see what my competition's all about. So the top 3 are usually your highest competitors. And based on the year that they were posted, I'm betting that if I posted something today, that I could probably rank #1 in YouTube. And the way I would do that is I would basically look at these. So let's look at the second one down, because this one's pretty close to the one I typed. So if I click on this guy, and I don't really want to watch it, but you can see this one's not even the right size for the current the current screen size for YouTube. So I'm pretty sure I could rank really high if I had a good solution for how to get rid of woodpeckers. And then down here, I'm going to look at the text that they put. And they really didn't put much text in here at all. But I could type up some text similar to this and include all of those additional keywords. You see all these? Now you don't want to just drop the keywords in by themselves. You want to actually write a sentence with these without changing them. So like my description within YouTube, and I'm going to go over this more when we do some YouTube training for our next Down and Dirty. But in my description, what I like to do, or in my blog post, I like to use these additional keywords that we copied from Google as a sentence. So I might say, like, for this one, how to get rid of woodpeckers permanently. And I might make it a sentence. are you searching for how to get rid of woodpeckers permanently? Question mark. So I just made that keyword into a sentence without changing the keyword at all. Okay, and then I might say for this next one, watch this video to learn, back that up, how do you get, it doesn't really sound good, how do you get rid of woodpeckers pecking at your house? So you may have to kind of adjust the sentence a little bit. And you get the idea, but you would literally go through each one of these and make it a sentence that includes that keyword. And now what you've done is you've kind of tricked the system to see that your video is accomplishing everything that you say you're going to accomplish. And it's using all the keywords that people have searched for. Make sure you also include this top one, which is your title, which is how do you get rid of woodpeckers. So you want to use that as well, okay, as part of it. So you might just say, in this video, I'm going to answer how do you get rid of woodpeckers. And then you'll have all these other sentences and you'll put that in your description. If you're writing a blog, just try to sprinkle these sentences throughout your blog as you're talking about how to get rid of woodpeckers. Okay, literally you can do this with any topic, okay? The key is to make sure you have as many keywords within your blog post and within your video, and actually say them. If you're recording a video, try to say as many of these keywords as you can, especially your main keyword. You want to say that one at least 3 times in your video so that you know that your blog and your video are going to be picked up by YouTube and Google. So here's a little secret too, is YouTube, a lot of people don't know this, YouTube is owned by Google. So I always tell people, they come to me and they say, oh, well, I use Vimeo or I use Wistia or whatever video solution they use. And I say, look, I recommend using YouTube because Google owns them. So Google has invested interest to promote videos within YouTube because they want to drive more traffic to their YouTube videos because of advertising dollars and things like that. So you're going to have much more success with ranking on Google if you are producing YouTube videos and you are using YouTube keywords in order to drive traffic to your blog and everything else. Okay, so I'm hoping this gives you a lot of good ideas for how to find good keywords and how to use some of these free tools in order to get to the bottom of additional keywords that are going to boost your post, boost your advertising, and boost your content. So I'm going to flip the screen around, but let me give you those tools. I did write them up here if you didn't get them down. These are the 4 tools that I use in order to do keyword searches. The first is the Google Keyword Planner. Second one is the Keyword Shitter. And then we've got Google.com itself in order to find additional keywords. And then YouTube.com to see what your competition is like and to mimic some of the keywords that they've used in their own videos. Okay, pretty good. So let me flip it back around. All right, so obviously we've learned some great ways today that you can use keywords and find good keywords. So again, what I recommend to you is batch process your search time, because as you can see, it does take a little time to do good keyword research. And try to find keywords that are what I call long tail keywords. So 3 words or more. How-tos are great because you know that they're trying to figure out a solution for something. And another way you can find good keywords is that, and I didn't mention this earlier, is to do searches on different forums. Like I know Rich, because I saw you on the line, I'm going to kind of single you out today. I know he's a big Jeep guy. He builds, modifies, tricks out Jeeps. He does a really, really great job. And so, he could go to like a Jeep forum and see what some of the most common problems, and he may already know some, see what some of the most common problems are with Jeep owners or people that are trying to trick out their Jeep. And he can find some keywords that way and then drop those keywords into the Google Keyword Planner and find the best ones that have the most searches, between 100 and 500 searches per month. Now you've got some great topics for writing a blog, for posting a video, for creating your own YouTube channel. And now you're going to start getting traffic automatically because people are already searching for those terms. And now you become a solution to their problems. And that's what you want to become if you want to drive traffic to your business. So I hope this has been helpful. Next week, I'm going to walk you through my little trick that I use to make what I call sniper videos. Okay, so these are sniper videos that help drive traffic to your business and help you get leads. So I'm excited to be sharing that with you. So make sure you're here next Monday at 1:30 Central for our Down and Dirty. Look forward to it. Have a great holiday day if you're in the US. Have a great rest of the day if you're not. Take care.